Hi, I wanted to give testimony for Jen Fedorowicz about remote healing. I have a little bit, well, she's almost 7 months old now, granddaughter, but at the time she was about 6.5 months old. And she'd had a chronic cough since she was 3 months old, where she just coughed constantly. It was a very deep, croupy, really horrible sounding cough. And she also had thick secretions that she was not able to get out on her own, so they were having to constantly suck out her nose. Doesn't make anybody happy to have that done. The baby was miserable. They were miserable. She couldn't sleep because with all those secretions and all that stuff happening, she would sleep maybe an hour, hour and a half at a time, but not what she should be sleeping by 6 months old. They taken her to the doctor several times, and they really came up with nothing, but maybe she might have subglottic stenosis and wanted to do surgery sometime in the future. And you don't want your little baby going under anesthesia at that age. Anyhow, so they were pretty stressed, and so I mentioned this to Jen, and she said, "Oh, I can work on her remotely." So I sent her some pictures of her, and a couple days later, I'm talking to my daughter-in-law, and I really wasn't even thinking about it, but all of a sudden I realized the baby's not coughing. And I'm like, wow, she seems better. And she's like, yeah, she's getting better. And like, that's really exciting. And so the next day I'm talking to Jen, and I almost forget to mention it. And I said, and she says, oh, I've been working on the baby remotely. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this, but yeah, you will believe this. But the baby is doing fine. She's not coughing anymore, and she is she's like unbelievably better. And I just got chills because I realized that Jen did this. And so remote healing really does work. And one more thing, you're only as happy as your most miserable child. And because my son was so stressed out, with his not sleeping, not getting any sleep, he half the time was just like making zero sense. It's hard to work that way. He was really out of sorts. And so I mentioned it to Jen, and she said, I'll work on him too. And so that's been about 5 days ago. And I'm happy to tell Jen and you that it's working. I spoke with him today. He sounds so much happier, so much clearer. And it works. You can remotely heal. We are all energy. We are all connected, and it does work. Thank you so much.